Hey guys, it's Ashley from Ashley's Paper Heart, and I just want to say welcome to all the new people and welcome back to my subscribers. I'm so glad you guys are here, and I am looking forward to hanging out with you. So, I thought we could journal today in my Hobonichi Cousin Avec, which is my main journal for mostly memory keeping and whatnot. So, I started off this spread. I had this image of a car that I had pulled out of an old, I believe it was like an advertisement, like a catalog for these older cars. And I think it might be from the 40s. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at the book again. But it was something that I had purchased from an Instagram seller, and I have not had a chance to use it yet. So I started pulling it out and basically like picking out a few of the cars in there to kind of integrate into my different journals. So, in a minute, you'll see me pull out a paper pack that I had received from Little Happy Things as kind of like an extra. I will be centering this whole spread around the color theme of the main paper that I chose. It's like a light, I don't know, it's kind of like a beige, but it has like a pink undertone to it. It's really pretty. And these papers are actually really thin too. I believe they're kind of like origami papers. Some of them seem like they might have been like samples sent to the store. And I really like having these. I don't use a lot of pattern papers usually, but it's not because I don't want to. It's more because I just don't have them around. Um, so I've been like trying to ahead of time before starting to journal, I kind of pull some more, I guess, interesting papers. I use a lot of vintage book pages with text, and I love the texture that gives. But I want to kind of branch out and use more pattern paper. So on these days, I had initially thought I was going to do some voiceovers and whatnot, and it turned out that the condos were having the roof worked on, so it was so loud. They were working on the trim of the garages, and then I believe they were also working on the roof. And so there was just banging all day long, and there was just no hope for filming anything with audio at that point because, I mean, it would have just been absolutely annoying to anyone who had to listen to it. So instead of doing like productive things, I spent a lot of the day in bed cuddling with my dog, my littlest dog, Simon. He is a Chihuahua Dachshund mix, and he just has incredible nervous tendencies. So loud noises scare him. He has really bad separation anxiety, and so he was just kind of a wreck that day, like having to hear all the loud banging. So we just kind of like stayed in bed and he stayed right next to me. And yeah, that was kind of my day. Not complaining. It wasn't like a bad day. It was just, it is what it is. You got to take care of the dog. So that day I did actually like go out and run a few errands, and I also took the dogs for a walk just to kind of get them away from all the loud noise. They really enjoyed it. My larger dog, well, he's not really large. He's medium sized, but he's bigger than the other one. His name is Kai, and he isn't quite as nervous, but still just as neurotic. I don't know. I think I just like pick neurotic dogs. I've always had dogs that just kind of have those like weird tendencies. And so yeah, I've been dealing that for quite a while. They're both 10 years, 11 years old, and I've had them both since they were one. They're rescue dogs. And yeah, I love them. They've been through like everything with me, and so, they're my babies, my second babies. Obviously, my children are my first babies, but yeah. So, speaking of my children, my son was having an especially difficult day that day. He has been like hitting the toddler behaviors hardcore. I remember this with my daughter. There was a point where she went from this like beautiful little angel of a baby to a like raging toddler. And oh my gosh, there's like no coming back from that. Now that she's 4 though, she's finally starting to get out of like all those like tantrum behaviors. She still has her moments, but they're a lot better and a lot easier to kind of like redirect her into like better behavior or a better way to express emotions. My son, however, is like deep in the throes of toddlerhood, and he is just he's a completely different kid than my daughter was. My daughter, like, mostly, I don't know, the whining was mostly the thing that she would do, in the tantrums. My son, on the other hand, he likes to throw his toys, he likes to hit, he likes to bite, and he thinks it's all extremely hilarious. I don't, but yeah, so we've been dealing with that, and his screaming. Oh my gosh. So whenever like he doesn't get his way and he's mad, he'll do like one short scream, but it's like, I mean, it's basically like saying screw you guys. It's the baby screw you version. And oh my gosh, he has had an attitude honestly since he has been born. I knew it like from the very beginning. His very first cry was like this angry, we used to call him the fire imp. Just because of like when he was mad. And most of the mad was like he didn't get the bottle fast enough kind of thing. So, yeah, we've been dealing with kind of like the transition from baby to toddler, and there's a lot of mommy emotions that go with that. On the one hand, you're, excited to see what's to come for them, and you're excited to see them grow and develop. But on the other hand, you miss that tiny little baby who needed everything from you, and who, you know, looked at you like you hung the moon. And yeah, it's not that anymore. I miss that though. I miss the tiny little baby cuddles. Now I have to like chase him and grab him to get a hug, and oh my gosh. Yeah, he's such a boy, and I love it. I love every moment of it. Kids are a wild ride. So on the journaling page, you'll see that I just pasted down a paper cluster, and that is actually a pre-made one that I had created probably a couple days before that. I sat down the other day and I was making like these freestanding paper clusters, and I've been using them kind of like as quick journaling tools, because like the cluster's already made. All you have to do is find the right spot on the page and stick it down. And so I find those really handy when you're kind of in a rush. And also, they're really fun to make, honestly. Fun to just like play without having to worry about layout or just anything. You're just kind of like building up, and it really gives you a chance to play with layers, because I mean, you need a good base for the collage to kind of like stand alone anyway. So I've really been enjoying creating those. And now I'm cutting out some of this PET tape that I had purchased from London Gifties. This was a newer purchase. I started really getting into these botanical tapes that, have the clear backing, so you can cut everything out, and it like seamlessly kind of like melds into the layout. And I really like these like lighter color flowers. They're really pretty, they're easy to use, and they go honestly with pretty much everything, especially like this lighter kind of like pastel spread that I'm creating. I've actually been buying a lot of washi tape lately, and I don't need it, honestly. I have so much washi tape, and I had to get another storage unit. I've been using the ones from Michael's, the 3 drawer ones that are specifically made for washi tape, and I've really, they fit the washi tape really well. I just need to slow down on the purchasing, and I know I had talked about that in my other video. I'm really pushing to hopefully do a no by July, but we'll see how my self-control goes. At the very least, it will be a low by July, which I hope will help me kind of focus on using what I already have. So now that we're kind of wrapping up this video, I just want to tell you guys thank you so much for being here, for watching my videos, for all the support and love that you guys give me on my different socials. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that. I have that linked in my description. Also, follow me on Twitch. That's also linked in the description. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I am just so thrilled to be sharing my journal with you guys. So I'll see you next time. Bye.